to a morning routine. It's Coach Sandra, compassionate queen of straight talk. And yesterday, I think I felt a little discombobulated. So it's interesting if you want to put comments in there. Yeah, put a comment. Oh, that wasn't quite up to your snuff. Or I'm glad because I feel the same way sometimes. Mindfulness. And here's another saboteur, another chattering mind that you might be familiar with, the hyper vigilant. Like, what can go wrong? I have to watch. Oh no, somebody's coming to the door. I got to clean. Can't answer the door too quickly. It wouldn't matter what it was. Hyperventilating is like being hyper vigilant. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? I remember years of personal tension in my body. It was there as a child because when I was a child, I was always under tension because I was going to be criticized, or I wasn't going to be good enough, or I wasn't going to be big enough, or I was going to be teased. So then I would have to put a mask on. And it was very stressful for the little child that was me to ever learn to be comfortable. Thank goodness one day I got there, as you can see. But how long did that show up? And it still is there sometimes. We don't get rid of these saboteurs. They're there. It's just nice if at least they can be gentle and a reminder of how far we've come. But as a child, it was just uptight all the time about what others expected, because otherwise I wouldn't be acceptable. Others in the family, the school, the community. And then I can fast forward to when I was a school teacher. Yes, I can remember being so well planned out, and my classes were wonderful because I loved teaching, and I would organize and pull the children in. But the whole idea of let's say getting organized, but being enough, again, when I really stop and think about my teaching days, being enough and being good enough, and see, here's where the hyperachiever started overlapping with my hypervigilant. I can see it. As I get to know these different characters with the different voices, I can see how they overlapped and helped each other, always while being judged. If you remember, the judge is the universal one. That's the first thing our mind goes, is judging. And then we get these other ones coming in and helping. So I was still hypervigilant as a school teacher, but also a hyperachiever. I remember literally Sunday nights being so worried about thinking, oh, I have to start again Monday morning. And are my plans good enough? I would be literally throwing up, sick to my stomach, with the expectation of maybe not looking smart enough, good enough. It was awful. It was awful. So we can choose to stay with those, or we can choose to, let's get rid of the pain. But in order to get rid of the pain, we have to know, what are the voices that are chattering? How do we move those over to the wise one, the sage in us? For me, it's now the crone wisdom, the crone. But how do I switch those over to the crone and find the gift of them and make sure that the crone, the sage, the wise one, is running the bus? And my voices, the saboteurs, stop being saboteurs and start being reminders to help me become helpers. But they are helping, not running me anymore. And so I have to always be aware, what was that? What was that? Oh my goodness, what's the gift? Thank you for reminding me. And here's what it is now, and here's how I choose. I hope that makes some sense for you, because when I gave attention to these individual voices, so I could figure out what they were, when I gave the attention to them through mindfulness and awareness, I was able to say, thank you. Thank you for that gift. I'll keep you on hand if I need it again. but I shall operate my life from the wise sage who knows that that was what I needed to protect myself at that time. But today it's different. And here's what I need going forward is to be open and free. And that's who I am. Ha! It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk, wishing you a wonderful day. And please start listening to what are you telling yourself in your mind? Jot them down. Like, what's that about? Is it true? Is it real? Is it serving me? And if not, I can help you find the gift to reframe it, turn it around. Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk, you can do this. And you know it. I can help.